Hello everybody, it is time for a residential market update. First one that I've done here in 2025, and boy, there's plenty to talk about in our real estate markets and the different dynamics that are going on and have been going on with interest rates over the past almost 3 years, and now with the new administration, and how does that affect the real estate market now, today. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to give you an update on what has been going on in each county, kind of statistically, and then I'll give you a general summary of what I think we're going to be seeing here in 2025 with the new administration and the new policies that are being put in place, and just what we're seeing in the economy. It's very interesting. So let me go ahead and break down the numbers for you real quick. For our month supply, so first of all, let me talk about the median sale price. Overall, we've seen prices still hold up, basically flat year over year. When you take just all of the DFW Metroplex, the prices are holding up. But I will say, you're beginning to see signs that prices are going to be correcting. And there are a few counties, like Rockwall in particular, that have seen as much as a 6-7% last month average price, or actually median price, fall. And so I think we're going to continue to see that as we go into 2025. And here's why I believe that we're going to see prices correct. We're setting up for the perfect price correction there could possibly be. Now, it has been something that has been stewing, and it usually doesn't take this long in a market cycle over the last almost 3 years. It'd be 3 years in June when interest rates began to spike, and that's when the market shifted. And so what you have to have is a glut of inventory, more inventory than you do buyers. And that's when you typically see the prices begin to fall. And if you read any news headline, they're beginning to talk about it, that they're expecting to see prices fall across the nation this year. And the reason why is because you have more inventory than you do buyer demand right now. Here in DFW, we're kind of insulated to it because we still have plenty of people moving to the DFW Metroplex. You have headquarters coming here. Our commercial team just placed a Chinese company and heads their U.S. headquarters in Frisco. That was 25,000 square foot that they took in a building there. Just one after another, new headquarters are coming to the DFW Metroplex. So fundamentally, we have a sound market in DFW, but we're not completely insulated to the price correction. And the price correction, I don't think, is going to be steep like what we saw in 2008, 9, and 10, but we do expect to see something. And here is why. So if you take a look at it county by county, and we're going to look at the month supply. So we're kind of looking at the inventory. How long does it take to move the inventory that is currently on the market? Right now, Rockwall County shows 4.9 months of inventory. Kaufman County is 5.8 months of inventory. Dallas County is 3.6 months of inventory. And Collin County, 3.2 months. So Dallas and Collin County are still in that seller market, teetering into a balanced market. Rockwall, Kaufman County are in a balanced market, and we take a look at a balanced market. Denton County is 3.4 months, and Tarrant County 3 months. So they're still seller markets as well, teetering into the balanced market. And why that is significant, we have not seen that many months inventory since back to 2003. So before the Great Recession, we never saw that low. We never got over 4 months inventory in the Great Recession. So that is setting up for price fall. You've probably seen some new news releases out there, like I said, where prices are expected to fall. So that's your month supply. So it kind of gives you whether you're still in a seller's or balanced market. And for the most part, we're all in balanced market in the DFW, or at least teetering right into that balanced market, which is good for buyers and sellers. That actually gives you somewhere to move. There's inventory that gives you somewhere to move whenever you do sell your property. The downfall is on the selling of your property, you may have to make some concessions that you didn't think you were going to have to make, but you make it up on the buy side and you actually have something to buy. You have opportunities out there. The balanced market is the best market to be in when you're trying to make a move. So let's look at the amount of inventory. So homes for sale in Rockwall County is up 36% year over year, 12% year over year in Kaufman County up, Dallas County up 40% year over year, Collin County up 65%, Denton County is up 54%, and Tarrant County is up 27%. Basically, we haven't seen these inventories since the 90s in DFW. And again, you have to have a inventory flush in order to flush out prices, in order for prices to fall. And so that is what's happening. We're seeing more new listings come on the market as well. And so, a lot of people say, well, why aren't people listing their house? For a long time, we were on a standstill because nobody wanted to make a move because they were at a 3-4% interest rate and buy something at a 7% interest rate. And currently, interest rates are about 6.7, so they're in the sixes now, but they're still high. So why would somebody want to make a shift whenever they have a 3 or 4% interest rate or make a move? Well, I chalk it up to the fact that we as people and humans are discontent by nature. And so what we're seeing is people are just ready to make that move. They want something new and shiny and are ready to make a change in their lives. It's just what we do as humans. So we're seeing that actually play out now where many people are beginning to list their houses where they wouldn't before because they thought it's just a terrible decision. Where now people are listing their houses and we're seeing more inventory than we've seen in the DFW Metroplex since the 90s. So more inventory, less transactions, which is what I'm going to get to next, is we go to the transaction side and break down the numbers. And if we look at the amount of pending sales, so this is going to be sales into March that were contracted in February, you're going to be looking at Rockwall County is down 25%, Kaufman County's up 11%, Dallas County's down 6%, Collin County's down 5%, and then Denton County is down 9%, and Tarrant County is down 10%. And that is huge because that's coming off of last year when we had anemic transactions. And so you're down double digits in general on the amount of transactions off of an anemic year last year that was even lower than the year prior. So the fact there's a lot less brokers and mortgage professionals and title professionals in this business today because of the amount of transactions we have. And so the perfect storm for prices to fall is that you have to have a lot of inventory and few transactions, less buyers. And ultimately, that's the perfect storm that is set up now. And I'm not trying to scare you. I don't think we're looking at some huge price fall, but I expect to see 10 to 20% price correction because of these fundamentals here. There's only one way to go. Interest rates, they're going to slowly inch down, but they're not going to make a big enough impact to be able to offset the fact that the affordability issue that we have in DFW. And so let's dig into the closed sales. If we look at the closed sales for the month of February, so the month of February closed sales, we had Rockwall County down 25%. It's huge numbers off of anemic numbers last year. Cobbman County down 3%, Dallas County down 11%, Collin County down 8%, Denton County down 7%. Tarrant County was actually flat on transactions last month, year over year. Again, that's coming off of an anemic year last year, on basically all-time low since the 90s in the amount of transactions, real estate transactions in 2024. So we're down from that this year in the amount of transactions, but yet the difference in why we haven't really seen the price correction is the amount of inventory. While inventory's built all last year, they have really began to push the ceiling. We haven't seen this amount of inventory since the early 2000s. And so my opinion is what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of ups and downs through the remainder of this year, and all the new policies that are being put in place and what's going on in the government layoffs and how that affects, when they're laying off government employees and they're laying off and cutting contracts, government contracts, that begins to affect the private sector as well. And so I expect to see job losses, and we have seen that in the DFW Metroplex with government offices for the education and USAID being shut down here in this area. So that immediately is creating job vacancies or job losses in the DFW Metroplex. So with all of those deflationary type things happening, that along with the fact that we have a lot of inventory coming into play and few transactions, in order to move this inventory, and what we're beginning to see as a real estate firm is people are beginning to make those concessions on the sell side. Prices are beginning to come down, and I could not encourage you enough to if you're a buyer, get out there, make offers. New construction's a great opportunity. They're offering all kinds of incentives, and even on the resale of existing homes, they're willing to work offers where they wouldn't before. And so get out there and make that offer. I expect we're going to see a opportunity for buying over the next few months with the changes that are going on in the administration. There's a lot of forecasts of maybe a slight recession, those type of things. That creates buying opportunities for you and an opportunity. Yes, on the sell side, you may have to make some concessions, but you're going to have a better buying opportunity than you would in any other market because of even what the administration says is there's going to be some pain before all these policies begin to take place and we begin to benefit long term. I expect the pain will be felt this year in 2025, which creates opportunity. The most wealthy people in the world take advantage of the pain and the downturns. And not that I'm forecasting any big downturn. I'm talking 10 to 20% in prices. But it's going to be enough to get the market moving again here in DFW. We're already beginning to see that. And so if you're out there looking, we would love to help you here at M&D Real Estate. We do residential transactions, we do commercial and property management, and would love to be of service to you. Reach out to us. Let us know if you have any questions, you need some help. We'd be happy to help. Have a great day. Bye-bye.